right, so this is Aaron Vasavich here, and I will be going over my individual marketing plan. The team I've chosen to select is from the National Football League, and it is the Houston Texans. So, a quick summary of what this marketing plan hopes to accomplish. So, first off, the Houston Texans are the newest and youngest franchise in the National Football League. We were founded in 2002, and ever since we've been striving for greatness both on and off the field. And in this marketing plan, we will be hoping to increase attendance, create a better viewing experience of the game for our fans. We're hoping to get more profit in terms of sales for tickets, merchandise, concessions, so on. And then we also want to make sure that our players and staff are satisfied with our facilities and our options that we can give them as an organization. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the Houston Texans mission statement is this. Our goal is to create and maintain the most respected and most valuable professional sports franchise in the world. We strive for success and recognition both on and off the field. We value the respect and admiration of our players, staff, and fans all around the world. And we hope to accomplish this for Texans and other NFL fans. And we want to make sure that they have a great and fun time at our stadium whenever they're watching their favorite team play or just coming to watch a game in general. So for our marketing objectives that we hope to accomplish for this marketing plan is that firstly, we'd like to increase attendance to our home games by 15% before the end of the season. And really the reason why we're trying to focus on this is that our attendance has been lacking in the last few years. It's no secret that the Houston Texans have not been the greatest franchise on the field, not producing much success in the last couple of years. But we've acquired some young talent in the draft as well as new coaching staff, so we're hoping that they can help us bring fans in to witness a new birth for this franchise. The second objective is to increase fan satisfaction of home game experiences to 80% by the end of the season. We've contacted fans through questionnaires on social media as well as emailing our season ticket holders, giving them surveys about what they thought about our game day experience. And there's some good things that we've received and there are some bad things as well, but we're hoping to make the game a lot more enjoyable for everybody. So that way the game can be that much more fun to watch. Our third goal is to increase player satisfaction with our organization's facilities and equipment to 90% by the end of the offseason. Players and coaches need the proper equipment to train and to get better so that way that they can perform at their best capacities, And we're hoping that we can, ask them what they think and make changes, get the newest equipment, make sure that they got new cleats, new gloves, everything that they need so that way they can perform to the best of their abilities. And finally, our fourth marketing objective is to add on to the coach's abilities and opportunities to communicate with the front office and grow in communication between the two as the year goes on. We believe as an organization that communication between management and staff is a really big deal. We've had complications with that in the past, and we've actually lost star players due to that. And that, of course, left the fans unsettled, and it wasn't really a good time for us as an organization. And so we're going to keep this in mind kind of as a last leg, but focus on this with our plan. So looking at our situational analysis, so the Houston Texans are, like I said, the National Football League's newest franchise. Even with the team being in the league for almost 2 decades now, it still has a lot to prove on and off the field. The city of Houston is packed and with people from every demographic, and they really hungry just for the success of a football team. We've had success with other teams, other professional leagues in the past, like the Houston Rockets and the Houston Astros, and the Texans fans are wanting to put their name at the list for the city of Houston. Our fans are loyal and committed, and they follow our team's greatest successes and worst failures. And there are a lot of opportunities for the Texans to capitalize on their growth, so that we can prove to our fan base that we're actually a legit competitor. Unfortunately, and so looking at our strengths, like I said, we have a large demographic of fans. This allows us to reach multiple areas across the globe. We have major fan bases in Scotland, Australia, Mexico, and even China that we recognize during some home games and give shout outs to them. And like I said, we have a lot of young talent on the team. This past NFL draft, we got 2 top 5 picks in a very exciting way, from trading up to get from we picked quarterback C.J. Stroud with our second pick, and then traded up to get linebacker Will Anderson Jr. And we're hoping that we can lean on them and they can be the new foundation of our organization. And we just have a lot to look forward to as a team. For weaknesses, it is hard to target more than one demographic at a time without the uh, you focus on reaching a certain demographic with promotions and ticket sales and stuff like that, and then other people are left out. And then, of course, a lack of success has been a weakness. And like I said, the Texans were second to last in the league last year. And it's no surprise that, we're looking to be a lot better than we were last year, which hopefully is the case. Continuing our economic climate. So the Houston Texans have a very average budget when it comes to the rest of the teams in the NFL, because we're the youngest franchise. But our growth and popularity is, exponentially growing as the longevity of the team continues to grow. And Houston is a very large sport market city with millions of loyal fans. And, like I said, they're ready to celebrate, hopefully a Super Bowl win or playoff success, which we haven't seen in a long time. And then we really like our fans, and we're happy that our loyal fans stick with us throughout all this time. For population demographics, so Houston is the fourth largest city in the United States, and here are some of the breakdowns. So Latino and Hispanic population makes up for 44%. There's a little typo there, but the white population makes up for 23% of Houston's total population, and then African Americans make up for 22% of Houston's population. So product demand trends and usage rates over there in the top right. So in terms of product demands of the world of sports, the team usually is the product. So there's always a demand for success because success brings revenue in multiple ways. Winning brings in ticket sales, advertising, merchandise sales, and so much more. So if the team can't win, which is where the organization is currently, then there may be some problems financially. So we're looking to hope to fix that. Technological trends. So social media is the new gold rush when it comes to sports marketing. Sports teams and organizations alike have been connecting with fans and other teams throughout social media as a platform. They hear advice and inform the public about promotions and special announcements, as well as like posting news, highlights, and other fun content to bring the attention of the team to the common person. Having an organizational position filled by someone who is knowledgeable and competent in social media will help bring the organization to connect with the public and bring more attention and profit to the team. And then, like I said, they do this through highlights, giveaways, promotions, as well as Q&As. So looking at the SWOT analysis now, so strengths, like I said, the Texans have a very loyal fan base. The loyalty of our season ticket holders and regular attendance is the backbone of our organization. Without them, we wouldn't be able to expand our reach as an organization. Also, we do have a very strong presence on social media and posting videos, pictures, and other content that keeps our fans engaged with the team. It is one of the more followed teams in the NFL, and we like to put and we get a lot of views and likes by posting fun content, little silly questionnaires and skits that we do with our players. Weaknesses, again, like I said before, success on the field is our biggest weakness. We can't attract fans if we can't win, and so it's hard to sell, the product of the team when the team's not very good. And so we're hoping to change that. Opportunities, like I said, we have a new coaching staff. Our newest head coach is a Texans legend, D'Amico Ryans. He was drafted by the Texans and played for them for a majority of his career, and now he's back coaching the team, and our fans are really excited about that. And then, like I said, we have a lot of young talent that can help bring success for us in the future. Looking at threats, so of course, in the competitive sports leagues, any other team that we have to face is going to be competition to us, going to head every week to see who's superior. But the Texans have threats within the organization themselves, such as like unloyal fans. The Texans have had a problem with our lack of success. Our fans like to sell their season tickets to away team fans so that they can come and see their team, win an easy win against us. And so that would be something that we would consider as a threat for us. So for consumer information, we want football fans, and I know that seems very simple, but the people who are more likely to purchase football tickets are football fans. This selection of people isn't limited to any race, gender, or age group, but rather a collection of people who love the game of football. So tickets aren't overly expensive, so people from low to high incomes can experience the game in their own way. And now the Texans do a smart strategy for segmenting the consumers using promotional deals, and we do this for pretty much everybody, and so that way we can allow for a better viewing experience. And we do this through our partnerships with our corporate sponsors, like HEB, which is a Texas-based grocery store chain, and other things like that. So, marketing strategy. In order to reach the goal of our goal of segmentation, we first take a closer look at who makes up our target audience. Texans have a wide, diverse, and range of demographics. The goal is to accommodate all and provide deals and promotions to them, so that way that it can encourage them to, follow the team and purchase tickets and continue to grow their loyalty. Um, and so when people apply for our season tickets, they fill out information regarding their person. So they fill out their address, where they're coming from, email address, contact information. And so what we plan to do is that and while they fill out these categories, we'll be able to separate them into their groups respectively. And so that way we can begin marketing towards them specifically. Um, yeah, so now continuing, we'll look at the product. So again, the product is the team itself. Um, the ability to purchase tickets and see the Texans play. There needs to be further looks into pricing of tickets. But what we're trying to do is, get the fans to come to the game, and we're trying to sell the game and the experience that comes with it, so people will pay more money to sit closer to the game. They'll be on the third or fourth row near the end zone, so that way they can see the action up close and personal. Or if they just want to, watch the game from a comfortable level, at a more relative price, then they can do so, higher up. But this also feeds into the pricing. So like I said, so pricing is based off the viewing experience. If you're going to sit 50-yard line right in the middle behind the home team's bench, so that way you can hear what the coaches are telling their players, as well as have a great view, of the game, it's going to cost more money. And then the cheaper tickets are going to be higher up in the nosebleeds, second, third deck, to where, you may have a hard time seeing the game, but you can still enjoy it nonetheless. And those are going to be cheaper. And something I put here also is that merchandise as well follows suit. So, jerseys, the replica jerseys are going to be more expensive than, your standard t-shirts and stuff like that. So the NFL team issued gear will be more expensive than just, a random t-shirt or hat as well. So the place, the Houston Texans play every single home game at NRG Stadium, which is in Houston, Texas. It's where we played our home games every single year since our inception. As well. So for finding merchandise, you can find the Texans gear at our Texans team store, which is at NRG Stadium, as well as Academy Sports and Outdoors and Dick's Sporting Goods. So for promotional plan, we're really trying to promote the team and selling it through social media and partnerships with other companies to promote them. By using social media, we can intend to create a connection with the fans, so that way that they can be a part of the team and really feel at home with our organization, and partnerships. So that way we can, kind of connect the products that people love with our team, which again ties into our corporate partnerships, excuse me. We really want to focus on connecting with companies that have ties within the city of Houston, which is, Houston-based companies like Anheuser-Busch, HEB, even Kroger are all companies that that we have partnered with that are tied to the Houston community, and we would love to have them share the passion and love for the community as well as us, so that way we can give back. And then right here right here at the bottom, it says packaging will depend on budget. So depending on how much that company wants to spend, what we'll give them in terms of signage, logos. If they pay a lot of money, then we'll name like one of the halftime show after them, or provide koozies or tailgate equipment based off of that. So, looking at time and evaluation, so we really want to begin our plan as early as when we start training camp. So, this year it's on July 18th, which is really soon. So that way we can collect data all the way from, right when football season is getting back into action to the end of the season, which we're going to do the day after the Super Bowl. And the reason why, which will be on February 12th, and the reason why we said this is because um, regardless on if the Texans make the Super Bowl or even the playoffs for that matter, um, our growth as a team can still expand during the off season, during the postseason, if we're not a part of it, and fans will still be on that football frenzy when the postseason's going, even if their team's not involved. Um, and to figure out our evaluation to see if their plan would work, we would love to see an increased attendance. Like I said, what we're looking for in terms of that 15% is 2 to 3 thousand people more per game. Um, the Texans have averaged actually last year a total of 67,911 spectators per game, which is very middle of the pack. And so, like I said, we would love to see 2 to 3 thousand more people each game. We would also like to see higher merchandise sales. People are buying more jerseys, more hats, more shirts, more necklaces, and so on. And we would also really tell by seeing a growth in our franchise. This plan that we have set, we believe, will be effective in seeing progress for our organization as well as growing our fan base. And we believe that all these motions will help that within this individual marketing plan, and yeah, hopefully we can turn this organization around and compete for a Super Bowl and show the NFL that we really got what it takes. So that's my individual marketing plan.